Although it takes hard work and determination to become a champion, you need more than just effort to become the best swimmer you can be. Success comes from master proper fundamentals and stroke technique. In this video, Stanford swimming coaches Richard Quick and Skip Kenny will share with you the drills and practice routines that have produced All-Americans, Olympic champions, and 9 NCAA team championships. By mastering these techniques, you too will swim smarter and swim faster.
Hi, I'm Richard Quick, Stanford women's swimming coach and the head coach for the 1988 U.S. Olympic swimming team. Today I'm going to be working with my good friend Skip Kenny, the men's coach here at Stanford, and also a member of the 1984 and 88 Olympic swimming staffs. We're going to be working with Olympic and world caliber athletes, as well as developing age group swimmers, to teach techniques and stroke mechanics that we feel will make you a smarter, faster swimmer.
Today, let's talk about butterfly. Let's start with the legs. We would like to see a nice, small, fast kick. We're not bringing our legs out of the water. We're not bringing our feet out of the water. We want to make sure our feet stay under the surface of the water so we're not kicking air and we're not driving air bubbles into our kicking path. If our feet will stay only kicking water, we'll be able to move faster through the water. From there, let's move up to the arms. We want to see the hand entry right out in front of the shoulders. The thumbs are down, the palms are facing out, that little finger's right on top. As soon as the hands enter the water, there's a little extra stretch. That little extra stretch right in the front of the stroke. That's just enough timing to allow the hips to ride up and set up for the good kick. As our hands are entering the water, they stretch forward and then they scull out. Right after the sculling out, they turn, they come back underneath the body, and this is where they really start to pick up speed. That hand acceleration as you come under the body here. In the power phase of the stroke, the hands pick up speed and they really accelerate past the hips. As soon as we have finished our stroke past the hips, we then lift with our elbows and that little finger comes around on top. We want the arm recovery to be very relaxed. The easiest way to be relaxed is to recover with the little finger on top. We don't want to turn our hands over and expose our chest and shoulders to the total resistance of the water. Keep the shoulders low and bring the little finger around right on top. And then the hand is right back in the water in front of the shoulders, little finger up, stretching right out in front. Breathing. When do we breathe? In all strokes, we try to breathe in the power phase of the stroke. That's when our body position is at the highest peak. As we bring the hands under the body and we start to accelerate, we push the chin forward. We never want to lift the shoulders and the chin out of the water. We push the chin forward and the chin does not leave the water. Let's look at our first drill today. This will be dolphin kick underwater, both hands down to the side, and our object of this drill is to overemphasize the hips. Good, the hands are down at the side, really working on overemphasizing the leg kick and working the hips up and down. Very good hip drill. The hips are so key to maintaining your stroke throughout the race, and that's why we see this drill being so valuable for the young people, especially learning the drill so they can maintain their stroke throughout their race. Working the hips, coming right into a breath, right back down, continue working the hips. Watching Leah come straight at us now with real good hip movement. Excellent beginning drill, working on the undulation of the hips. Okay, let's kick on our side now. Dolphin kick on our side. We're working on two things here. We want to emphasize the legs that kick back and forth, so they're kicking water both ways, and also how they tie in with a good hip movement. Here we want to make sure that we kick the legs both forward and backward. So this transfers over to the front of kicking both up and down. This is the drill where we start to introduce a little more quickness into the feet as they learn how to involve the hips and the legs, kicking both ways. Okay, as we watch Pablo coming straight at us, we can see that his feet are working with some quickness, and they're kicking both forward and backwards, and his hips are totally involved in this kick. Okay, here we're working on the leg kick, forward, backward, with the same amount of emphasis, and the hips are really involved with this kick. These small fins really help to transfer that movement up through the hips and gives you a chance to feel the water a little bit better. Our favorite kicking drill, dolphin kick on the back. We'll start off with both hands down to the side to allow that beginning swimmer to get the full movement of the hips and to work on the fast feet that go along with this kick. We will then move our hands up over our head to a streamline position. So the advanced part of this drill would be in a streamlined position with good hip movement and fast feet. The first length, the hands will be down to your side. And we're working on good foot speed, and we want to make sure that the legs are kicking up and down. And we'll be on top of the water. Here we have the hands down to the side, and this is how we'd start the young swimmer, so they can work without having any without the hands being up over the top of their head and being in the way. You can see how involved the hips are even when we're kicking on our back. And they really help generate a lot of foot speed. But the important thing is that we're kicking in both directions. Here we go, a lot of quickness through the feet. You can see that he's working the fast feet, but he's maybe even more importantly than that, he's working in both directions, kicking up and down. There, that's great streamlined position. You can see that the head and shoulders move a little bit, but the real movement that we like is through the hips and the legs. This is an absolute must. This gives you such great feel for the water, and it really does transfer into all four strokes. Okay, here we see Pablo underwater, the fastest movement that we have in our sport with legs, and he combines the speed with his real fast feet. As we move from the legs up to the arms, we'll start off with one arm only. We'll try to break the stroke down. One arm only fly tries to accomplish a couple of things. First of all, we're looking for good hand acceleration under the body. Second of all, we're looking for a real relaxed recovery with that little finger on top. And thirdly, we want to have that hand enter right out in front of the shoulder. The emphasis on this will be the timing of the stroke, the timing of the two kicks, and keeping the feet underwater. Here we ask him to breathe to the side so we don't change the timing at all, and we'll bring the breathing in at a later drill. In this drill, one arm only, we're allowed them to breathe to the side. Normally they'd breathe straight ahead, but this really allows the freedom of the hips to ride up better, what we're looking for in this drill. Keeping the feet underwater, that looks good. You can see as Pablo feels the water and his hand is in a sculling position going out, and then he has great hand acceleration underneath the body. As we make this butterfly recovery, we want to have that little finger on top. So as the hand comes around, it's in a total relaxed position on the recovery phrase. Oh, nice, nice. This really helps the timing of the stroke. So a young butterflyer can get both the kicks in. 2 kicks per arm cycle. Once again, the little finger's recovering on top. We have a kick as our hand is entering the water and a kick as we're finishing our push through. This really isolates the one arm so the young swimmer doesn't have to worry about the whole stroke yet. You see the sculling action out front, and then the hands really starts to pick up speed as it accelerates underneath the body. Let's take this drill to the advanced stage. We will now go 3 left arm only and 3 right arm only. And we can do this drill alternating 3 left and 3 right as we move down the pool and looking for the same basic techniques we did with 1 arm only. Great streamlining off the wall. 3 to 4 kicks and then comes in as breakout. Once again, the sculling action out front and then the good hand speed as it comes underneath the body. Here we're looking at the hips as the hips move up and down and really set up the kick and allow the kick to have its full force of both kicking up and down. We don't like to see any of our swimmers swim broken down butterfly. The next drill prevents that. We'll push off the wall, streamline position, and go 4 strokes without a breath. And then we'll swim easy freestyle the rest of the way. This allows us to just concentrate on 4 perfect strokes. We've eliminated the breathing, and we'll put that in at a later time. We push off and streamline, we have a good breakout, and then 4 strokes without a breath, just looking for the timing and the rhythm and the nice hips that ride up. Easy freestyle after the 4 strokes. The foot speed increases and the hand accelerates underneath the body. Once again, the timing and the rhythm's there, but now we have some speed that we've added. We see the hand entry coming right in front of the shoulders. Watch those hands as they accelerate through the back of the stroke. Yeah, that looks great. When we hold it down to 4 strokes, it really gives them an opportunity to go 4 perfect strokes. And this way, you never swim broken down butterfly. Fast feet. We have a great drill to develop fast feet, and that's vertical kicking. Dolphin kick in a vertical position with both hands up out of the water. Here we have the dolphin kick with the hands in the air, working on foot speed, working on good undulation. Ready, turn. We have them turned to the side so you can see the quickness of the feet and the good hips. Let's put all these drills together, and now let's have full stroke butterfly. Let's concentrate on a couple of items here. First of all, let's make sure that our hand entry is right out in front of our shoulders. Let's also concentrate on the breathing. We'll put the breathing in and breathe every other stroke. When we do breathe, we want to push that chin forward. We don't want it to leave the surface of the water. And let's really work on the hand acceleration under the body. Good streamlining, then the breakout. And you can watch the breathing where the chin doesn't leave the water. It pushes the chin forward. It really has an opportunity to work the hips when you do that. Now we'll combine that great technique with some outstanding speed, working a little faster hand acceleration and a little faster feet. Once again, you see as we pick up speed, the chin still doesn't come out of the water. It just pushes forward. Okay, on this next drill, we'll breathe every stroke just to show you how the breathing pushes the chin forward and the chin shouldn't leave the water. Also, watch the hand entry as we keep it right in front of the shoulders. Good streamlining. Get a good breakout. Pushing that chin forward on a breath. Oh, that looks good. That looks great. It's real important that that head gets back down before the hands enter the water. Okay, we're going to add a little speed to this one. Once again, that hand entry right out in front of the shoulders. We'd like to see the little fingers on top on the recovery, and that chin pushes forward when she needs to breathe. Breathe in every stroke once again, just to try to show the breathing. The little fingers on top, and then that head has to get back down before the hands enter the water.